Okay, I've started the recording. Um, Radhika, whatever the question that you asked, right? It is called as auto recommendation or auto suggestion. Okay, okay. You can use any of this keyword for that. I can say auto suggestion would be a better keyword. Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
fine. So just give me a second. Okay, so we have understood what is payment gateway and payment methods. So in today's session, we'll understand uh, like how the bills will be shared. Okay, so how bills will be shared in MNC, that is multinational company, right? So what is multinational company? Basically, when the company is existing in multiple nations or different nations, right? For example, um, if it is a multinational company, for example, Wipro, right? Wipro is available in India, right? Available in Singapore, right? Available in UK. In different countries, Wipro is available, right? So, and if you consider Accenture is available in India, right? It's available in US, right? So, when a organization or a company which is available in different geography or different parts of the world, then it will be called as a multinational company. Okay. So, in today's session, we are going to understand like how we are going to get the bills for testing. All right. So in multinational companies, what they will do, since it's a multinational company and they are available globally or they are available around different geographies, okay, they will have good funds with them. Okay. So since they have good funds, what they will do, they will be using different tools, okay, in order to generate a build and share that particular build for testing. Okay. So what are those different tools? We have certain tools like Firebase, okay, and we have a tool called as Code Magic, etc. So these are the tools using which they will generate a build and share it for testing. Okay, so I'll write it here. MNC tool share the testing. Okay, and if it is a mobile application, they will share the build. But what if it is a web application? What will happen in the case of a web application? So in web application, what will happen is whenever the uh, code is ready, right? Whatever the code that is written by the developer in the local machine, okay, if it is ready, he will be pushing that particular code to a respective environment where the testing has to be performed. For example, in an organization, they have three different environments. One is staging environment, other one is pre-production environment, other one is production environment. Now, once the developer finishes writing the code, he will do a unit testing, and then he will push the code to the staging environment where the testing has to be carried out or the testing has to be performed. Okay. So once it is pushed to the staging environment, now QA has to start testing in the staging environment. Once in staging environment, QA feels that the features are working fine as expected, then he will give a sign off on that staging environment. Then it will be pushed to the pre-production environment. Okay. And once it is pushed to pre-production environment, again testing team will carry forward the testing in the pre-production environment, and then they will give the sign off on the pre-production. Once pre-production sign off is provided, now developers will push it to the production, and there will be one round of testing that would be performed on the production environment as well. Okay, so let me write it here. Um, it is a web application. Okay, uh, developer will push the code to the environment. Developer will push the code to the respective environment and inform QA team the communication channel that um, is available for testing. Feature is available for testing. Now, what QA team will do? QA team will use staging environment link CPS colon double slash staging dot pantaloons.com. This push the staging environment for testing. Okay, and QA will use for pantaloons.com code in the pre-production environment or testing. Okay, and if it is pushed in the production, we'll be using or the testing team will be using pantaloons.com production environment. So these are in case if it is a web application. Okay, so once it is a web application, they will just push the code and inform the testing team. Now, what testing team should do? Just provide the URL and then start the testing in the respective environments. Okay, and if it is a mobile application, what they will do? If it's a mobile application, they will have to receive the build in the tools that they are using. And once we go to that particular tool, we will have to download and install the latest build that is shared in that particular tool. Okay, so right, what are the tools that might be used? Mm, it is mobile applications. There are tools used to share it for, so tools like I can say Firebase. Okay, so Firebase is a tool where they generate the build and share it to the testing team or inform testing team that there is a new build for testing which is uh, available in the Firebase. Now we'll have the Firebase application access as a QA team. We will go to the Firebase application and we will download the latest version and install it on the mobile device and start testing the feature. Firebase is such an application, right, where we have multiple options. Um, like we can set the configurations that is required for the application or that is required for the feature in order to test it. Okay, we can do the configurations. That is one, and we can just find the crashes that happened on the mobile application. So in Firebase, we have an option called as Crashlytics, okay, wherein we can identify the number of crashes that was encountered in the mobile application. Okay, either it can be a Android application or it can be a iOS application, right? We will have an option to get the number of crashes that users encountered. Okay, so I'm just giving a gist of what is Firebase application and how it works. Okay, so through this application, we'll be getting the build. And how this application works is this way. Like we can see the Crashlytics or uh, we can set the configurations that is required to use the application, etc. And another application is Code Magic. Okay, so Code Magic is an application wherein it's purely used to generate the build and share it with the testing team. So we can generate Android build, we can generate iOS build, okay, and we can generate a security disabled build. For example, whenever we are using the application in the production, right, we should be able to install the production app using the Play Store or App Store, right? So once we are installing the build using the Play Store or App Store, it will be security enabled. Security enabled as in will not be able to make any configuration changes or will not be able to make any changes on that particular application, right? But whenever we have a security disabled build, we should be able to make the changes. That is, we should be able to um, select change the environments in the security disabled build. So in security disabled build, they will give multiple options wherein we can perform our testing with ease or without any interruptions, right? So what we can do in security disabled build is we will get the option to switch between environments in the application itself. If we want to do the testing in the staging environment, we can select the staging environment in the mobile application itself. Or if we want to carry forward with pre-production environment, we can select the environment as pre-production in the application itself, right? And if you want to perform or testing in production environment, we can select the environment as production in a security disabled build. But if it is a security enabled build, then we can directly install that particular application from Play Store or App Store, or from beta version or in test flight, and then we can use that build. Okay, so CodeMagic gives us the option of generating the builds like a security disabled or security enabled builds for testing purpose. So that is how CodeMagic um, application will work. Okay, so so this is one way, or the other way is they can share the link of the build. Okay, once the link is shared, what you can do is you can uh, download the application and install on mobile device for testing the .apk or .ipa application. Right. So sometimes what they will do is, like as I told you, um, if it is a Wipro or Infosys, right, they provide service. So they develop the application for their customers. Now, these particular softwares like Firebase or CodeMagic, these subscriptions has to be given by the customers. So a service-based company will not invest on this particular software. Suppose imagine uh, the customers did not give any such application access. Now what they will do, this Wipro, Infosys or Accenture, what they will do is they will simply generate a link, build link, and share that link to the testing team, and they will inform. We can use this particular link in order to download the .apk or .ipa files, and you can start with your testing. And once it is shared, we will just click on this link. It will navigate us to the .apk file, or it will navigate us to the .ipa file, and we will have to download it and we will install it and start testing the build. So these are the different ways how the build will be shared in the multinational company. Any doubts here, guys?
No, sir. It's clear.
Okay. Now we'll understand how the builds will be shared in the service-based company. Not basically service-based company, because service-based company can also be a multinational companies. So I'll say how uh, the builds will be shared in the startup company, right? So in startup companies, right? Since as the name says, it is a startup company, uh, they will not be using tools in order to generate the build or share the build to the QA team. The reason behind that is they might not have funds, right? And service-based company, sorry, in multinational company, what will happen? These kind of tools access would be provided by the customers, And if customer do not want to spend or invest money on the tools, what they will do, no, I don't want to invest any money on the tools. So what they will do, they will directly share the link, and through that link builds will be installed, and testing will be carried out. Admin చేద్దామా? And in startup, what will happen is, since they do not have the funds, startups are basically called as the product based companies. Okay, so they will have to invest their own money till the application will reach up to a standard. And once the application reaches a standard and the user base are more in the startup company, then the investors will automatically come, and then they will start investing in your startup organization. Once the investor comes and invests in your startup company, then you will have enough funds, then where you can go ahead and use the tools or purchase the licenses, subscriptions for the tools, and start using the tools. But however, at the initial stage, when startup companies will start the companies, right, they will not have much funds in order to invest on the tools. So in that case, what they will do, they will directly share the bills. Okay, that is how startup companies will work. So in startup companies, will not be used much as there will be as there will not be sufficient funds to subscribe. Okay, and subscribe for the tools. And same way, right, if it is a web application, so if it is a web application, if it is a web application, developer will push the code to the respective environment and inform QA team in a communication channel that feature is available for testing. And if it is a staging environment, this will be the URL, and they will input the URL, and then they will start testing. If it's a pre-production environment, they'll put the URL and they will start testing in the pre-production. If it's a production, they will put the production URL and they'll start testing in production. And if it is a mobile application, in startup companies, what they will do, they will share the .apk or .ipa files, which can be downloaded and installed on the mobile device, and they will start the test. Okay, so there are two ways I can say, like they can directly share the .apk or .ipa, which can be downloaded. Okay, and then installed on the device and start testing. That is one way. Um, the second way is they can share the link, downloadable link of .apk or .ipa. So basically, what they will do is they will share the .apk file itself. Okay, that is one way. And other way is they will share the .apk.apa file link. Okay, if it is a mobile application, Okay. Um, they will share the file of .apk or .ipa, IPA, uh, which we downloaded and installed the testing devices and start testing. Right. This is one way. The other way is mm, share the link. Okay. Once we click on the link, then we'll be navigated to that particular .apk or .ipa file. Then download it. Okay. Share the link to download the .apk, .ipa files in which using which application we downloaded and installed testing devices and start testing. Okay, so two ways. Instead of sharing the link, they can directly share the file where that file should be downloaded and installed. Or the second way is they will share a link. We need to click on that link. It will navigate us to the .apk or .ipa files where we can download it and install for testing the builds. So this is how they will share the builds in the startup company. So here they will make use of tools, and here they will not make use of any tools. They will directly share the link for the uh, build. Okay, so this is the difference between startup and the MNC, how the builds will be received. Okay, any doubts here, guys, in startup company?
No, sir.
Okay. Now the next thing that we'll understand is um, next concept would be release notes. Release notes. So what is this release notes? Let me tell you, the release note is something which consists of the information or the details like what are the new features that is available in this particular release, okay, and um, what are the changes or the modifications in this particular release, or and also what are the bug fixes, okay, or what are the improvements that is made in this particular release. So all these information will be available in the release notes. Okay, so what are the things that will be there in the release notes? They will send out what are the new features that is added, okay, and what are the changes or the modifications that is made in the existing application. That is one thing. And what are the improvements that is made in this application, and what are the bug fixes that is made in this application. So these are the information that will be available in the release notes. Okay. Let me write it. I'll say Release notes is a document consists of details like uh, I'll give it in the pointers that contains the details like or consists of details like what new um, features are released in current version or release. That's one thing. And second thing is what changes or modifications uh, that are made in current release or version. Okay, this is one thing. Um, what improvements? Improvements as in like we have increased the security of the application. Okay, and we have made the improvements in the look and feel of the application, and we have made improvements in making the application user friendly. Okay, such things. Okay, so what improvements are made in the existing application rather than calling it as application? I'll say what improvements are made in the existing features in the current. There is one thing, and I can say I'll not say what bug fixes. I'll simply say bug fixes in the current version or release. So they will not mention all the bugs that is fixed. Okay, then that becomes very micro information. Okay, instead of that, they will just say like there are bug fixes, sudden bug fixes in this particular release. Okay, so as I told you, right, like they will do a bug triage, correct? So in the bug triage, what will happen? They will come up with the bugs which has to be fixed on an immediate basis and which has to be which can be fixed in the later stage, right? In the later stage, whatever the bugs that they are fixing, right? So those particular bugs, they mention it here in the release note. Simply, they'll mention bug fixes in this current version. That's it. They will not mention what bugs that they have fixed. No, that they will not mention. But as a feature, they'll mention what features that they are releasing or released, or what are the changes or modifications that they have made, and what are the improvements that they have made for the existing features that they will mention. But bug fixes, what are the bugs that those are fixed, they will not mention. So these are the things that a release note will consist of. Not only this, this release note will consist of the version of this particular release, etc. Okay, these are the major things what a release note will consist of. Okay, so once these information are provided in the release notes, okay, users will understand, okay, what are the latest features that has come up, and how they can make use of this particular latest uh, feature in order to use the application better, right? So This one thing for you people to show you what exactly is the release notes and how they are going to release it. What I'll do is I'll just right. So can you people just open the Play Store in your mobiles? I'll just guide you how you can find the information like this release notes. So in your mobile, open the Play Store and search for an app that says Grow, Grow. Search for the app which says Grow. Okay. Once you search, select the Grow app. Okay. Once you select the Grow app, you will see about this app. Click on about this app. And once you click on about this app, just scroll down. You will see a section called as What's New. Did you get there?
Yes, sir.
Right. And in the What's New section, they have mentioned start your 79th year of independence with freedom and complicated reports. Looking for a ELSS statement? Need profit and loss reports for your F&O transactions? Or want to check on your capital gains? Just say the word. Okay. So this is the new feature that they have released. Okay. Our latest report section is all set to serve you all the reports you need in the blink of an eye. Right. To check it out, head to the profile section and click reports to experience the magic unfold. Note, our updates are rolled out gradually. Correct? So this is the things that they have mentioned. So we understand, okay, this is the new feature that they have come up with in the Grow app. And these are the new things that we can use in this application. Correct? And below that, we have something called as more information. What is the application ratings? Right? And what is the application info? What is the version of this app? So all these information are what? All these information are the release notes for that particular application. Is it clear? What are the things that we can see in the release notes? And in some cases, suppose if they are not releasing any new feature, there are no new feature that the organization has worked on. So what they will do, they will work on the bug fixes. Okay, and in this section they will mention this app version consists of bug fixes, so you can install or update the app and you can use the latest app with the bug fixes, something as such. So this is how the release notes will be shared. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is how they will share the release notes, and let us understand why they will share it, right? So uh, why they will share the release notes is like to keep a track of which particular feature got released when, okay, and what are the changes and improvements or the bug fixes that went live, okay. Uh, Also, they will make keep a track of it to understand like how many customers started using the app when this particular release was made. Okay, that is one thing, and Also, to keep a track of what are the issues that got fixed, um, what are the features that got fixed, and also to keep a track of, suppose if they release a particular feature and it is provided or released for the end users to use, what are the features that started breaking in that particular release? Okay. um, yeah, what are the features that started breaking? Yes, to capture all this information, they send the release notes. Okay, and in this release notes, right, they will come up with a version. Okay, why they'll come up with a version? This versioning will help them. Okay, in which version which features started breaking, in which version what are the bugs that they got that were fixed. Okay, so through versioning only they will get a track, like what are the features that they released in that particular version, and what are the changes or modifications that were made in that particular version, or what are the bug fixes that went in that particular version. Okay, all these things will be captured and uh, saved in this particular release or the version. So this is the use of coming up with the release note. Okay, so I'll say why this the release notes. Mm, keep track of all the features, comma, changes, comma, improvements, and bug fixes went live, that went live, and also keep track of the customers who started using the application after a particular feature is released, or a particular feature is released. Um, Also to backtrack, also to backtrack and fix the issues. um, Also to backtrack and fix the issues. Uh, if anything is breaking, if anything is breaking in the application post release, right? This is the reasons. And what else? Yeah, I'll say about the version. So every time the release, the version number of the application changes, right? For example, like initially when the first version is released, it will be something like 1.0.01. or I can say 001. Okay, and the second version when it is released, it will be something like 1.0.002. I can say when it is third released, it will be something like 1.0.003, and so on. It will be something like 1.0.010. Okay, and so on. Might go to 1.001, etc. Okay, so this way it keeps going on. The version number keeps increasing. Okay, as I told you, why they will come up with a version number. Based on that version number, they will have an option to backtrack and identify if any issues which are breaking the application. And using this version number, they can identify, okay, these are the new features which are released in this particular version. Based on this version number, they can identify, okay, these are the modifications that is made in this version, or these are the bug fixes that is made in this version, or these, in this particular version, users are facing more issues. And using this particular version, if more number of users are facing any issues, what they can do is they can roll back this particular version, as this is breaking a lot of features for the users. Okay, so this way they will keep a track of the release notes using these version numbers, and they'll make sure that these things can be managed in the release notes. So any doubts about this release notes, guys? How this is, how, why they will do the release notes, and how these release notes are useful?
Sir, who will prepare this release notes?
These release notes will be prepared by product team. Yeah, basically, the product owner will provide the release notes, right? So
Yes, sir.
they will come up with the product requirement. Okay, so in that particular product requirement, they will say like, these are the new features that should be going, right, and these are the new features that should be developed so that we can increase the user base. So when we get the requirement from the users, right, so user will be, sorry, product team or the product owners would be responsible in order to release these particular release notes to the users, or in the application section where it says what's new. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so any other doubts, guys? Okay, guys, so this is all about the release notes. Now we'll do one small uh, exercise, right? uh, Now we will understand like how to explain the project uh, whenever somebody asks you to, can you explain me your project in the interview? Okay, so now can somebody tell me, explain me the continuous application? Anybody volunteer? See, I don't want you to be perfect. Okay, I want a person who takes the initiative. So now imagine you are in an interview. Okay, imagine you are in an interview, and the interviewer asks you a question. Can you explain me your project? Who will explain the project? I don't want any different project. Pantaloon's project, if you explain, that is more than enough for me. because we know the project. We have explored the Pantaloons application. We have worked on it. We have come up with a test plan. We have written the test cases. So you should be knowing the Pantaloons project well. So now consider this: you are attending an interview, okay, and the interviewer has asked you, "Can you explain me your project that you have worked on?" How will you explain? Who wants to go? Nobody wants to go. Nobody wants job opportunity.
Sir, means we don't know how to start and from where to start.
You tell whatever that you have understanding on the application. Later, I will tell you like how to start, what to tell, what not to tell. Right? Before me telling you people, I should understand where you people are. Right? See, I'm telling you again. I am not expecting a picture perfect, picture clear answer from you people. This is not a real interview, also. Right? But at least you should take that initiation to tell something about the application. It is not like you don't know the application and I'm asking you the answer. You already know the application. So how will you explain it? I just wanted to hear from you people. Then I will tell you how you are supposed to explain the project. Right?
Yeah, sir, but how we can tell about that, which means we have explored payment options like category options, home page, like that. We can explain or how to start. We don't know.
Tell whatever that you know. That is what I am telling, right? Whatever you know, you tell. Then
Yes, sir.
only I come up with what are the mistakes that you are doing and what are the things that you should tell, you should not tell. Right? If everything I'll only tell, then what is the mistakes that you're doing, how you'll understand. Correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, for this application, in this project classes, as we know, we have explored home page in that track order, store mode, that all features we have done test cases like a particular features means payment gateway, credit points, green card, that things we are explored. But in interview, how they will ask the questions, we don't know. Um, they will ask for particular feature or particular whole application, we don't know, sir. So
Okay, I'm only asking you, right? I'm the interviewer here and I'm asking you explain me your project or explain me your application.
Yeah, sir. Panthalon application is a type of e-commerce website.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it is used for to buy which products we like. In that we have explored several features like home page, login page, product listing page, product searching page, and payment methods. And also we explored that wish list, buy cart, help center, account center, and also all related features. Um, yes.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
How the does all the soft testing passes.
Okay.
It's
In
a
that,
e-commerce website, sir. It is used to deliver the variety of products to the customer based on their selections, and we tested the applications in such a way that there is no issues or bugs faced by the customer, so that we tested all the payment methods and all the functionalities features, so that users cannot find difficult to use the application.
Okay. All right. Fine. So now I am the candidate. Okay. And interviewer is asking me the question. Can you explain me your project? So I'm explaining the project. That is a Pantaloons project which I worked to the interviewer. So this is how I will go. Okay. Uh, Pantaloons is the project that I have worked, and this project is basically a e-commerce application which works on a business model, business to consumer, where consumer have option to purchase the clothing materials uh, with the respective brands that they like to purchase. And in my application, there are multiple features like homepage, product listing page, product description page. We have a search listing page. We have this list page. We have my bag page where the products can be added to my bag or products can be added to wish list to purchase later stage. And I have a checkout page, and we have something called as select payments page where we can make the payments for the products and we can purchase the product. Here in this particular application there are so many features, but I have worked on the feature called as product description page, and in my team we had two QA engineers where we are dedicated only to test the product description page. But as a QA engineer, I know how the end-to-end flows for this particular application, right? And this application can be used as a guest user and as a registered user. So as a guest user, I will be able to use the application by navigating through the different products that is available for the user. I can add the use products to the bag, but I will not be able to add the product to the wish list. Even though as a guest user, I'm able to add the product to the bag, I will not be able to purchase the product because I'm using the application as a guest user. And I can access this application as a registered user. So once I register to this application using the mobile number, so mobile number would be used as a primary way of logging into the application. So once I log into the application, then I will have access to use all the features of the application. So I should be able to add the products to the wish list, to purchase the product in the latest stage if I like that product, and I should be able to add the product to my bag, and from my bag page I should be able to check out the product and make the payment for the product using the payment methods that I have, and I should be able to purchase the product. And in this application I do have a wonderful option wherein I can locate the stores, that is locate the physical stores available nearby my location. And I do have a wonderful option where I can locate the store online and purchase the product from that located store through online itself. And by locating the store, I will be able to go to that particular store offline and purchase the product. And apart from this, as I told you, I work on the product description page, which is the feature that I will be working. In this product description page, I will have the complete detailed information of the product, where it will give me who is the manufacturer of that particular product, what is the clothing material, what is the material that is used to uh, select create this particular product, and also I have an option to select the product size, the color, and to the number of quantity that I want to purchase, right? And also there is one of the unique feature that is available in this product description page is it gives me an option to select the product based on my body shape, based on my body type, based on my height, based on my weight. I don't see any of the application, any of other e-commerce application who gives us the clothing purchase option has this particular unique feature. It is only the Pantaloons application which has this unique feature. This feature, it gives you a feel that you have did a trial on that particular product and you have purchased it. So no other application gives us the feel of online purchasal where we have made a trial and purchased the product. So this is one of the wonderful feature. And this feature gives us a confidence that whatever the product that we are ordering or placing the order, it will not go without fit. Okay. So this is how my feature that I am testing works. And this is all about the application that I have worked and the feature that I'm working. So how does this sound? So whatever the project that I explained, do you people feel that I have really worked on the project, or you feel that I have not at all worked on the project,
Worked on the projects.
So,
right? But actually speaking, I have never worked on this project. I have explored this application along with you people, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So whenever you are explaining a project, it should be something like you should give life to that project, okay? And you're diving inside that project so deep that the interviewer should get impressed. Hey, this guy is explaining this feature in such a way that only this application has that feature and no other application has that feature, right? I'm giving life to that application, correct? And don't ever use that I explored this feature, I explored that. No, why you want to tell that you explored it? You have worked on it, you have not explored it, correct? There's a difference between you explored this application and you worked on this application, correct? And the same way how I took product description page as an example that I used to work on this particular feature, you can pick up I used to work on payments feature. I used to work on product listing page. I used to work on my bag page. I used to work on this list feature. Or you can mention multiple features as well. I used to work on wish list and my bag feature, right? And apart from that, you have my account section also. And apart from that, you have something called as green card, gift card, pantaloons credit. You have so many features to tell that I specifically used to work on this feature. But since I am a QA engineer, I should be knowing how the end-to-end flow of the application will work, right? So if somebody asks you to explain about the application, you should give life to that application and you should explain in such a way that the interviewer should visualize, oh, okay, in his application he has this feature, and oh, he has this feature wherein you can use this feature in this way. That visualization should come in the interviewer's mind, Did you people get that feel when I explained the project?
Yes, sir.
Right? So this is how the project explanation should be given, right? So let me stop it here today. And I will give you a proper notes, like how to explain the project. You can go through that notes, okay, and you can prepare yourself, okay. And don't ever use that exploratory. I explored this project. I explored this feature. No, instead, I worked on this feature. That will give a more confidence in the interviewer. Hey, this guy has really worked on this particular application and he has tested this application this way. Clear? So I will give you notes in tomorrow's session, okay. You can follow that notes and you can keep that as a reference, and you can explain the project based on that, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right guys, so I'll stop it here today. If you have any doubts, you can ask me.